Delta here. This is the first ever champion chat. And for this edition of this amazing chat we're doing, I'm going to be interviewing this amazing, talented team here of PowerSchool Advocacy, Customer Advocacy Team here. And these three, Nick, Mike, and Hannah, they are the ones that make PowerSchool and Schoology customer support and advocacy cool, fun, and an awesome experience to be with. So right off the bat, we're going to dive in and we're going to ask these guys some questions. So first of all, can you tell the people out there watching who is who and what do you do?
Well, I'm Mike Lawrence, and I have the honor of leading this amazing team of Hannah and Nick at PowerSchool. In the Customer Advocacy Team, we are that front-facing group of PowerSchoolers that work with our most enthusiastic customers, the people that are not only using our products, but they're so excited about them that they want to tell the world. And so I wrangle these cats to make sure that we're out there engaging customers. And that takes many forms. And so that takes the form of the Champions and Ambassadors program. We also manage all the references, the people that go forward and help us when other schools or districts are thinking about solutions. We send those people in as references to share their testimonials. We also offer awards, the Honor Roll Awards program, to recognize educators. And it's educators nominating other educators, which is fabulous. We get to do that. We have a really vibrant user group community, and so we manage and support the official PowerSchool user group network globally. It's at 55 different groups across the globe, probably more than that because there's more popping up every day. And so that's another aspect of what we do. We also capture customer stories, and we post those stories on the website. We amplify those stories. We even now have a PowerSchool TV channel that this video itself will be posted on, and we amplify stories through that. When we have events, whether it be user group led events or independent events or industry events like ISTE, we will actually go and find customers to share their story, because it's so much more powerful when you hear from a fellow educator. I was having this challenge and this was the solution I found, and this is why I think PowerSchool is great for this, or Schoology, or any of the different solutions that we have. So we try to find and source those customers to share their story via a presentation. So that's me, that's my background and what the team does, but I'll let Hannah and Nick introduce themselves.
Just piggyback on what Mike said, my main responsibilities within this team is managing the advocates and the champions within our hub champion circle. So I'm in there most part of the day, every single day, just posting challenges, hearing from you guys, rewarding the points, and then redeeming your swag, the exclusive PowerSchool swag that you get from being a part of that hub. And then I also play a big role on collecting the stories and then sharing them throughout the marketing team and highlighting them on various platforms like the PowerSchool main page or in blogs, things like that. So I'll let Nick speak to what he does.
Yes.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Nick Miller. And as Mike said, we do a lot of things on the team. And my main focus is customer sourcing and references. So I work a lot with our customer champions and references on things like webinars, case studies, other events that we like for you guys to do. So if that is something that you are interested in, you can count on me reaching out to you, and we'll be working together on fun stuff like that. So.
Okay. I'm not sure who wants to answer this one, but Mike, go ahead, go first.
All righty. So I started my educational career as a teacher. I taught high school English, and then I went into administration. And I found out that my use of technology wasn't exactly common. And I started being asked to share, well, how do you use technology in the classroom? And so I started doing professional development. And that took me to a whole new world in the nonprofit realm. And I had the honor of working for an organization called Computer Using Educators, or CUE, as its executive director and eventually CEO for 13 years. And that was focused on really empowering educators through the use of technology, and really focused on professional development and building a community. And so I did that. It was an extraordinary learning opportunity. I grew a lot in that process. And at the end of that time, I wanted a new challenge, and I wanted the opportunity to work with one of the companies that was building those tools that I had been talking about for so many years as a technology using educator. And so I now have the opportunity to work with PowerSchool, who builds so many of these tools, and actually get a chance to talk to the developers and talk to customers about what they want to see in the tools, and then connect them with our product folks. And so it was a nice journey for me to be able to flip to this side of it and be a part of the building of it. And where PowerSchool saw value in what I could bring is I know how to engage a community. I know how to, really reach out and find amazing customers doing great things with our tools and get them to share their story. It's what I've been doing through my whole career in connecting people with each other.
Love it. Nick, Hannah, one of you want to jump in? What did you do before you decided to become a PowerSchool customer advocacy on this?
Yeah. Well, my first job out of college was internship at Nordstrom. And so I've always had that customer service, customer experience background, and I really loved that. And then I got a job at PowerSchool. I actually started in accounts receivable. And so from there, I moved on to our orders and billing, and then became a CSM. This will actually be almost my 4th year at PowerSchool coming up in November. And so I've been able to have the opportunity to have several jobs here, really learned the program from many different aspects. I've worked with the sales team, I've worked with product, I've worked with pretty much everyone. And so finally, when I was at CSM, the opportunity came up to join the advocacy team, and it really fit with what I was looking to do and what I wanted to do with my career. And so it kind of worked out perfectly. And so I've been on the advocacy team here since February.
And we love that you're on the advocacy team, Hannah.
Thank you. I love it too. It's been amazing.
Nick, what were you before you were an advocate?
All right. So before I started working at PowerSchool, I was teaching English in Asia. I got a job straight out of college, and it lasted about 6 months until the travel bug was just too much. And I decided to move to South Korea to teach English. And I was there for 2 years. And then I went and taught in Vietnam for a year before I went back to Korea for one final 4th year. So that was really what I was doing between college and when I started working at PowerSchool. I was lucky enough to do a lot of traveling, and then when the travel money ran out, I needed a job, and I was lucky enough that PowerSchool has an office in my hometown of Roanoke, Virginia, and I was able to find a job that I love, staying involved in education and working with school district leaders across the country. And I feel very lucky because I get to work with people like our customer champions and references, and it's awesome. So that's my pre-PowerSchool background.
All right. Let's see. We can maybe go back to Mike, and he might be able to answer this one the best. Maybe not. But how do you see PowerSchool customer advocacy, like the role of it and what it does? How do you see that in the next 5 years? Like,
I would say growing. I would say that we, as a community, continue to grow. I happen to get the emails every time someone signs up as a champion. The whole team gets a copy of those emails, and they're just coming in fast and furious. I think we're going to continue to grow within the products we already have, and I think that we're going to continue to grow with future products that we either develop or acquire. I think that we're going to see an increasing focus on customer voice. PowerSchool is very committed to sharing that customer voice, and we constantly get requests and ideas for how can we more incorporate their voices. Can we put video testimonials right next to the products on the product pages? Can we expand things like having a new PowerSchool TV channel, things like that? I think it's not far afield to imagine a future podcast. Who knows? Maybe there'll be something that would kick out audio only with customer advocacy. I think we're in the early stages right now of bringing more and more customers in, not just through our customer advisory boards, which are fantastic, but also councils of educators, having educators come in and tell us where do they see education going so that we can be responsive and supportive and even proactive and get out in front of some of those shifts and changes as they occur in education. And I think we're going to only see that increase as well. And the customer advocacy team and the advocates themselves are going to play huge roles in that space. So that's where I see customer advocacy going. And before Nick steals my thunder, I want to share that we chose the name customer advocacy because it has two meanings. It certainly recognizes people like you that are our customers and are our advocates, but it also recognizes that Nick, Hannah, and I are advocates for customers within PowerSchool. So know that when we're pulled into a conversation, we are always going to be first thinking of how can we incorporate customer voice in this? How can we bring a customer's vision to this conversation? And if we can't get a customer in the room with us, then we become the surrogates and we say, well, you know, I think customers would feel this way, or I believe that our advocates would say this in this situation. So know that you have that dual meaning, and that's why we chose the name of the team, because we do that role internally as you all do it externally. So.
And it's a great, it definitely does, it says what you guys do and who you guys are for sure, definitely. I'm not sure if Hannah or Nick wanted to add a little bit to that question or answer any of that, where they thought maybe it would be in 5 years.
It's really hard to follow. Really my only input is that I just hope that our team grows along with our advocates. And I'm so excited with the integration with Schoology and the ambassador program. I can't wait to see where that goes with all of our PowerSchool solutions and how that builds on each other. And then I'm sure with that and referrals, the Champions program is just going to be so big. And so I would think our team would need to grow just to handle all of that. And we do really make an impact on the marketing team. And I think everyone has been able to see that with these champions and these advocates. And I think it would just only get better.
Awesome. Nick, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Well, Hannah and Mike covered it pretty well, but I guess if we're judging by how much we've grown in 2020 so far, then in 5 years, there's no telling what we could be. PowerSchool advocacy team in 5 years could be massive with a pool of 10,000 advocates. You never know. We're growing very quickly, and we love it because we get to meet more of you and get you involved. So hopefully it just keeps on staying at this pace.
Absolutely. I love it. So, a great team often has support at home. Who do you share your home support with? Who gives you that support from home?
Yeah, so I actually live here with my fiance, and we've been engaged for about 9 months now. So he's been super helpful. It's been nice because we've both been able to work from home. He actually works for the state of California. And so he's been working from home too. And then we have our own little fur baby. Her name is Gretchen Wieners. She's a wiener dog, and she just is the best gift that we could ever ask for. And she's pretty much our biggest cheerleader and our biggest support here. And she always brings a light to our days and makes it more fun to be at home, really. It's going to be hard to leave her when we go back to work, but it's really made this experience all the better.
Aww. How about you, Nick?
So my home is in Roanoke, Virginia, and I live here with my lovely wife, Johanna, who I met teaching English in South Korea. She's from England, and I convinced her to move back home with me. So feel really lucky, but she's loving it. And we live here with our little 1-year-old dog, Murphy. Murphy is a Beagle and Lab mix. And we made a mistake of telling Murphy we were going camping for Labor Day weekend this morning, and he's been driving us nuts all day, ready to leave. So he's excited. And yeah, we actually have a 4th member of the family joining in February. We've got our first kid on the way. So we're really excited about that.
Nice. And Mike, how about you? Who puts up with you? Oh my God.
So this is Dublin. Yeah, hi Dublin. Yeah, I said your name. Yes. So this is Dublin. He's a King Charles Cavalier and Bichon mix, or a Cavachon, and he's not really thrilled to be on camera apparently, but you know he's a good dog. And I share my home with Dublin, of course, and my wife Julie, who's also a teacher, and my son Jay just started his first year at university, and my daughter is just beginning junior high. She's a 7th grader, and the 4 of us plus Dublin make up the Lawrence household. So
Oh, well, he's a
that's,
cutie pie.
he is. Oh yeah, you want to shake
Hi,
me? Say hello. He's
Dublin.
waving hello. He's waving hello. There he is on command. Look at that.
Oh
So
my.
this is what keeps me going at home. Thank you for asking.
Aw. Well, he's darling. I don't have a dog. I borrow dogs.
Well, we can get you one. We'll get you one.
It's a turtle.
See, turtles count.
So I have one last question, and it's for all of you. Don't answer all at once, because I'm sure you're all very passionate about this. So this last question is gonna really pour out what it really means to all of you to be this advocacy. But what does it mean to you guys to be a part of this team? To be the three amigos here.
I will go first. I worked at PowerSchool for 2 years as an individual contributor. And it wasn't until the Champions team that I got the opportunity to work with teammates again, as I did in my previous jobs. So it means the world to have a crew, right, that I roll with every day. These folks and I jump in and have a stand up for a few minutes every day just to touch base, share stories, how are things going, especially during the time of COVID. It's been essential for us to have that connection. It energizes me to have a team. There are days like everyone has that where you get up and you're like, oh, what am I going to do today? And then I connect with these two folks and I'm fired up every day. So it means the world to me is the easiest answer, because working with a team, you get ideas that you wouldn't have thought of otherwise. Oh yeah, that's a fantastic idea. And you can add and spin and develop. It's a concept I like to refer to. It came from my training as an actor, the yes and concept. And I actually have a new lapel pin I just got from Sticker Mule called yes and. And this concept of yes and, or plussing as it's known, is the idea that Nick may come in with some wacky idea. Hey, how about this? And I go, that's a fantastic idea. And we can do this. And then Hannah goes, you know what? We could do that and we could post a challenge, or we could do this, or we could add it in the community. And that concept of plussing, that yes and, that we build upon each other's ideas, really invigorates me and gets me excited. So that's what it means to me to be a part of the team.
Awesome. I love it. Hannah, Nick, rock, paper, scissors.
I'll go ahead. I think using that term three amigos is pretty perfect. It does feel like a family here. And I always have said this with the start of COVID and just having to move from working from home. I felt like it's brought us so much closer because we put that effort in, like constantly meeting. And so like Mike mentioned, we all have those meetings every morning, and it's just nice to like bounce ideas off each other, or like, hey, I'm working on this, like, can you pick up this? Or, oh, let me help you with that. And so it's just been so fun, and we really work well with each other. We all have pretty similar personalities and work traits, and we also have our own strengths. So we'll focus on different things that really help the team come together and create good work.
So important. Nick.
Yeah, as Mike and Hannah said, the three of us, we work really well together. We've been together since February or March. And as Mike said, I mean, we're constantly all day working together, collaborating, and it's always constructive. I don't think we've ever disagreed on something one time, ever. We have something to do, we figure out how to do it, and we do it. It's great. We have a great team. And it also means a lot to be on this team because of the work we get to do with our advocates. A lot has been going on in 2020 so far, and we have calls monthly with our advocates where it's a massive group of people, and we sit back and we listen to what you guys have to say. You guys get to collaborate on what you're doing in this state, what you're doing in this state, this district, and this district. And just being able to hear you guys work together as advocates and sit back and we take what you say and we try to help you as much as we can. It's been really, really insightful and enlightening, and just great seeing our whole community work together. It really means a lot.
This is all great stuff. I wanted to say thanks. Thank you all, the three of you, and thank you for those of you who are watching. And thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to these amazing this advocacy team here, and what makes them tick, and what makes them who they are, and what makes them the people that help us and advocate for us. And that's huge, for the support and passion that you have in what you do, and always being willing to listen to us. And we're on the front lines, and sometimes we don't get listened to. So it's so nice to have that. But if you're wondering, those of you watching, if you're wondering how you can get to know these three amazing people who help support your districts and help you grow, and they listen, you just have to go to powerschool.com/champions. You sign up, you become a PowerSchool champion, and you already are a champion. So why not get some cool swag to go along with it? The challenges aren't hard. Hannah's very nice about it. She doesn't make them hard, but they're enough to keep you motivated and going forward with this. And again, you get to earn great swag. So be a champion. Go be a champion, guys, and sign up for this, and you get to hang out with these awesome guys here. So thanks for watching.